Welcome Aries to your reading for October 2020. This month I'm going to be using the Steampunk Tarot. This is one of the decks that I always pull out in fall. Hold on, Aries, I need to close my door. Okay. What messages can we give Aries for October 2020 for their highest good and the highest good of all those watching the video? Let's pull some reversals. Do 3 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Aries, October 2020. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Swords, and the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Cups. King of Swords, King of Wands, and the Hermit. And the bottom we have the Star. Lovely. We have 2 aces and 2 kings on the table. And we have the Seven of Swords in the center of the reading. We also have the Three of Cups in reverse and the Four of Cups. Interesting combinations. Interesting combinations and interesting pairs happening. It's really interesting because I'm seeing, okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, so this is a pair. King of Swords, King of Wands, this is a pair. We have these 2 figures that are walking. This one's walking in this direction, and the Seven of Swords is walking in this direction. And then we have the Three of Cups and the Four of Cups, which I'm seeing as a pair. And then we have the Hermit, which of course would be by themselves, shining a light on this whole situation, ending it with wisdom, which I like. So let's see where we go here. Ace of Pentacles, the universe offering you something substantial. And it is a victory for you. It is some truth, so you can trust it. And perhaps it's coming from this King of Swords, because this is a sword. And this King of Swords is someone who really cuts through all the nonsense. He sees very clearly. You can see, and he's even pulled his goggles off his head so that he sees with his eyes, and he reads a book here. So this guy, yeah, no nonsense, clear thinking, clear sighted. He's a lot of wisdom and a lot of experience, and I think you can trust what he says. Ace of Swords, victory and truth. absolutely cutting through some illusion, some lie, or simply offering this Ace of Pentacles, this truth, something that you can move forward with in a very grounded way. Ace of Pentacles is a gift from the universe that is of the material world. And we see this Knight of Pentacles, who is also very grounded. He's very trustworthy. He's slow moving only because he plots his course carefully and also considers his movements in a very grounded way. And he seems to be walking away from the Three of Cups here in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse can talk about gossip, a friend group that is really actually frenemies. Walking away from that, I think that he's grown bored with the Four of Cups. He's grown bored of this frenemy group here. I think that maybe that's the truth that he's come to the realization of. The Seven of Swords, some people like to call it the Thief card. For me, and especially in this deck, because the way that the book describes this character as being someone who is an individual. We see her striped pants, she's got a cap on her head, and she's walking away from this door that has this, questionable symbol on it. So she's walking away from it. She's taking her knowledge, she's taking her swords, she's taking her thought process, her own ideas, her intellect, the way she thinks about things. She's keeping them to herself. She's keeping her individual ideas and walking away from whatever it is that this group, I think, is telling her to think. It's almost like this conspiracy theory, almost, if you want to say it that way. It's like she's seeing the truth of the situation and walking away from the questionable theories that aren't grounded in reality, cutting through the nonsense here, the Three of Cups. Whatever these people are talking about, gossiping about, or imagining is happening, I think that we've grown bored and we're seeing the truth. We're grounding our reality here and our thoughts and being an individual, thinking for ourselves. The Seven of Swords for me is a strategic card as well. It's like, okay, we learned something from this experience. We learned something from, like, there are these truths that we can take away with us. But as a whole, it doesn't add up too much. So we're walking away from what it is that, and taking with us what we feel helps us, the ideas that resonate with us, that resonate with our heart space. She's holding these swords to her heart space, and we're walking away from what doesn't resonate. It's like keeping the good, leaving the bad. And the King of Wands here is someone who is very much a powerful individual. He's someone who creates, someone who is an entrepreneur, someone who is very powerful, creative. He sees the potential and he acts on it. He's a man of action. I think that, and with the Star as well, there is a healing happening. There is, it's like you've been given guidance here from your higher self, from a higher power, and you've been able to bring it down and manifest it for yourself into the real world. So your higher self is giving you guidance that you can act on in a very mature, clear-sighted way, powerful, creative, taking action. And then possibly offering this wisdom to the world here with the Hermit, someone who has gone through this experience, someone who has the wisdom and is now coming out of the hermit mode and offering his insights. These are singular figures, the King of Swords, King of Wands, and the Hermit is someone who is on his own, and the Three of Cups also, you know, if it's not a frenemy group, it is just simply being on your own. So in the upright, it talks about friend groups and social gatherings. And in the reverse, it would talk about spending time alone, spending time away from your friend group. Walking away, I think, is the main thing, and thinking for yourself. Because there is some truth and some real grounded, I think, knowledge. These two, to me, speak of grounded knowledge, like grounded spirituality, not just the thoughts or the theories, but actually bringing it down and putting it to work. So let us pull a Sacred Rebels Oracle for you, Aries. What further insights can we give Aries for October 2020? Sacred Fool. That also came out for another sign. Number 40. The Fool is a great rebel, able to thwart convention and tell the truth without restraint. Yeah, that's pretty much what the Ace of Swords here is. Your heart is a wonderful, powerful, sacred fool. It cares not for the right way to do things. It cares not for what the mind says is real and not real. It lives according to an inner wisdom that cannot be dictated to or controlled by anything. It loves, it lives, and it is what is. This oracle heralds a time, now or imminent, when you will feel inspired, alive, and passionate for what you can offer to the world. It says to you, don't try to be appropriate, don't try to be socially acceptable, and worry about what others may think about what you are doing. Just be. If you want to wear a mad hat while doing so, fine. The sacred fool in you is willing to leave behind what has been because it no longer feels right to stay attached to it. The sacred fool in you trusts life completely. It would never occur to this part of you to try and outsmart life or resist its flow. It recognizes that the mind is a monkey puppet on strings. More often than not, it is cajoled into fear when it could be playfully dwelling in the radical spontaneity of life. So the sacred fool in you urges your mind to let itself be pulled into joy by your heartstrings, not into fear and doubt by the controlling machines of mass media. So this is the card, and I think that that goes very well with this reading, because we see this Seven of Swords, like what I was saying, taking what resonates and leaving everything else behind, and being willing to walk in a grounded place that feels right for you, in a place that feels truthful, and actually being bored with this social acceptable way of doing things here, because also the Three of Cups in reverse and the Hermit also speaks to that, because the Hermit is not socially acceptable, he doesn't care, and the Three of Swords, or the Three of Cups in reverse, sorry if I've been saying Three of Swords, Three of Cups in reverse, yeah, standing away from the friend group, from the social way of doing things, and walking your truth. I will, hopefully you can read this, pause the video and read the rest of the message. The healing process says, I call on the sacred Fool of unconditional love. Please help me access your lightness of spirit, your wisdom, and your ability to exist in the heart of truth, to be powerful without becoming attached to or obsessed by power. I honor your vision. May I see and know so truly and be free. I choose of my own free will to give myself absolute permission to just be myself now and always, through unconditional love, mercy, and compassion, so be it. Once you have repeated the above, imagine that any invisible chains or shackles that have held you captive in any way are falling away from you. They might make a clunk as they hit the floor. You might feel freer than ever before. However strong or subtle your reaction to this is perfect for you at this time. Shake your arms, your legs, and your body. Once you are all shaken out, feeling more relaxed and hopefully just a little bit silly in a playful way, you have completed your healing process. That's your reading for October, Aries. Thanks for listening. Please come back in November and like and subscribe the video if you liked it. Thanks, Aries. Bye.